I don't know about you, but I am sick of the same old brands raising their prices whenever they feel like it. I think it's time to move on to someone new, someone hungrier, with fire in their belly. Wait, I know! Redragon!
Actually, there's only one D, so wouldn't it be Redragon or Redragon?
No, Redragon. And they make more than just budget-oriented peripherals these days. They have such a broad lineup, including PC components, that we could easily build a sick battle station and save some money by ditching the mainstream carriers and flying Scarlet Drake. The only question is, does Redragon still just focus on stuff you'd buy for your little brother, or have they leveled up to manufacturing gear you'd want to buy for yourself? Just like I've leveled up this segue to our sponsor.
SignalRGB! Ditch the proprietary software and control the RGB lighting of over 100 brands using a single, clean interface with hundreds of effects and game integrations. Check it out using our link today.
Redragon makes a lot of what we're gonna need to complete our setup, but they don't make everything. So we're gonna start with a speed round of the parts that invoke smog without being Redragon TM, if you know what I mean. Starting with the AMD Ryzen 7 5800 X3D.
Team Red's AM4 gaming beast!
Okay, we've also got an Asus B450M Dragon motherboard.
It's called Dragon, and it's red!
32 gigs of G.Skill DDR4 at 2,600 megatransfers per second.
Those ridges look so fine, they get donkey excited.
And of course, an ADATA XPG SX8100 NP SSD that...
if you squint, the logo looks like a dragon! No, squint more.
Moving on, while Redragon does actually make some older RAM and SSD products for markets like Brazil and India, we struggled to find a source that both had them in stock and was able to ship them to us. And besides, we wanted to focus more on the parts that you might actually consider for your next rig. Like this case, the GC218M.
Grinder!
An option that seems to be available in far more regions. Huh. That's actually pretty roomy for an MATX chassis, and it features tempered glass on both the side and front for a 180-degree view. 180 Redragon, not 270. Maths errors aside, this thing looks kind of decent. It's got a removable fan filter on the top. It's got these reverse airflow fans so that you don't have to look at the ugly backside of the hub. And oh, that's interesting. These two fans are actually one unit. So the convenient part is that you can plug them in with just one cable, but the inconvenient part is that you can't separate them and put them somewhere else. Got a fan mount down here that'll draw fresh air in from another filtered intake on the bottom, and oh, look at that, it's even compatible with back-to-front motherboards. I kind of like it. Now that that's all in there, I'm looking pretty good, I might add. It's time for cooling, which is going to be handled by the HL360 ARGB CCW 3014 ARGB. Okay, we got a completely different product from what we ordered, but it looks the same. It looks like a generic AIO cooler, which makes sense because it's kind of a generic AIO cooler. I do like, though, that Redragon has helpful graphics on the product page that show the size and flow path for the radiator, and I also like the infinity mirror and included fluid dynamic bearing fans. With that said, looking at their claims about the pump, I'm not sure if I can believe that their mirror is truly infinite or that their bearings are truly fluidly dynamic. 20 decibels? Since I'm complaining, Redragon, your website, I have some notes. That desperate little animation on the add to cart button, that is super annoying. I understand how online shopping works, you guys, and I will add this thing to my cart when I am gosh dang ready. Also, while there is no one right way to run a company that ships all around the world, there are wrong ways, and having very different websites for different regions with then separated product-focused and sales-focused sites makes buying directly from you a very low confidence experience. Also, while we're at it, can you please clearly mark the products or even entire categories that you no longer sell? I was quite disappointed to find out that none of these gaming chairs were available. At least we could still get power supplies like the Redragon PSU 007 80 plus gold 850 watt ATX fully modular power supply, 80 plus gold certified, compact 160 millimeter size, and low noise RGB fan 0 RPM, 100% Japanese capacitors, full mod cables. And no, I didn't just read out the entire description and tech specs. That is the title of this power supply on their webpage.
Wow, that title really drags on.
Jokes about the title aside, this is actually a reasonably compelling looking package, and it doesn't immediately feel cheap and garbage. Maybe we'll have to have the lab take a look at it and make up a little test report. David, do you think we could do that?
Heck yeah.
Sounds good. Yeah, it's even got the 12 volt 2x6 connector and everything. Fully modular. Just need to finish up the cable management. Don't look at that. Instead, look at this. The one last part we have for our build that is not made by Redragon, as they don't currently make graphics cards. Although, we did notice that there is a GPU option in their dropdown that doesn't go anywhere yet. So I don't know what's going on with that. Maybe they just have a member on their team who really wishes that they made GPUs, or maybe they have a member on their team who really just doesn't care about managing their website. Either way, we went with this Red Devil 5700 XT from Power Color. What? Devils have horns? Dragons have horns? Besides, once it's all together, who's gonna call me on it? That looks pretty good, doesn't it? Great job, Redragon and adjacent. Let's fire it up. Oh. Before we can do that, we're gonna need some peripherals. We couldn't find a ton of information, at least in English, on the Coral 2 gaming monitor. What does Coral have to do with dragons exactly?
More than the PSU 007 80 plus gold.
Okay, I get it. Anywho, it's 1440p, apparently overclocks to 180 hertz with a 1 millisecond response time. Ow! And the website says VA curved or IPS, but claims a 1,000 to 1 contrast ratio, meaning, I guess it's IPS?
Oh, that's the Coral one.
So it's IPS?
Probably VA?
That is a cheap, ugly power brick.
Oh, wow, yeah.
And that is a not height adjustable stand.
Oh, this one at least has DisplayPort.
Well, did the Coral one not?
On the website it says VGA and HDMI. I don't know if that's true because their website is very unreliable.
Big moment. Hey, all the RGB works, let's go. Those of you wondering, by the way, yes, I reversed that one fan on purpose. Noctua posted a blog post recently where they found that intaking air right at the top front of the case and then immediately exhausting it was actually detrimental for cooling. So I was like, why don't we try having 3 intakes at the front and then 2 at the back for positive pressure and to avoid that situation. Now I just need some inputs, and for that we've got, oh good, 3 anime products, or at least 2 anime products. Nope, 3 anime products. Redragon, you don't have to put anime in the product name, right? I can see that it's anime. Starting with the mouse pad, wow, do they ever make some bold claims. Skin friendly, waterproof coated, lint roll. Are they saying that it is a lint roller or that they lint rolled it before they shipped it to you?
Look at this print quality. Oh no. That is some really unimpressive. It's got texture. That would be really, that's gonna peel in like a week.
Huh. Remember that bit recently where Lisa zooms in on Andrew's crotch and it's all caught in 4K? When I was feeling the texture, I was like, that is a really light mouse, which is a feature these days, but also just kind of feels cheap. With that said, the specs seem like it should be pretty decent. It features both Bluetooth and dongle connections with a 1000 hertz polling rate, and it handles up to 26,000 DPI using what is probably a Pixart PAW3395 sensor. We say probably because the website doesn't really have much in the way of useful information. Wow, this is a vibe already. And we haven't even got the keyboard on here yet. The Starblade K707 Pro. This is probably the strongest entry from Redragon, which kind of makes sense because I think this is kind of how they got their start, was budget gaming keyboards. In this case, it operates in USB-C, Bluetooth, or 2.4 gigahertz mode. It's got noise dampening foam ×5, and actually sounds pretty darn good. According to Redragon, it uses custom lubed linear mint Mambo switches, and it even offers a Mac and PC mode. Not a bad little package. How much does it cost?
It's currently $56 on sale.
Really? I mean, definitely a little bit plasticky, but in terms of how it actually feels, it's not bad. And the mouse is cheaper than we thought. It's like between 20 and 35 bucks, depending on which variant you go with. Not gonna lie, I'm actually feeling kind of good about this setup right now. Like, this thing is whisper quiet at idle, which, sure, it's idling, but a bad fan is a bad fan, and it's not gonna be quiet at any speed. And, you know, yeah, obviously this isn't the world's most amazing 180 hertz display, but it's 180 freaking hertz, and the mouse feels great for 20 bucks. What is it, 25, 20?
It was $20 on sale for the yellow one. How would you like to feel a whole lot worse?
Okay.
Here's some more really not impressive looking accessories.
Oh. Ah!
That headband though.
It feels better than I expected. Oh joy.
It doesn't go all the way up?
Maybe in the dark it goes up higher. Maybe the Surge Frostbite soundbar will be better with its, oh wow, style. 5 programmed backlight patterns. When you lead with that on your soundbar, it tells you that sound quality was not your top priority. Let's go ahead and put this here, and what else you got?
I've got the Hitman webcam. It's called the GW800 Online, but when we got the box, it's got a different name, so.
AUX mode.
What
Oh, is it Bluetooth?
Oh, it does have Bluetooth.
No way.
Okay, that makes it a little bit more compelling.
You know what? It's kind of cool looking. In an I'm 14 and no girls have ever been to my bedroom kind of way. How much is it?
$60.
All right. Oh, we got to try the camera. Hey, there we go. The webcam's working. How do I look? Oh wow. Just not like that light above me, that's for sure. Let's see. Yeah, I would say the detail level is fairly low. You can barely make out the amazing motherboard pattern on this 64-ounce water bottle from lttstore.com. These headphones are horrible.
I don't doubt it for 1 second.
Why did we pick this game? I'll give you 3 guesses, and the first 2 don't count.
How do the mouse and keyboard feel?
Honestly, kinda okay.
Yeah.
I'd need to play a competitive FPS or something to really know how the mouse is, but so far, it seems great for what it is. The performance of the PC doesn't really matter because Redragon doesn't make any of the parts that contribute to that, but I am a little confused that we're running Skyrim at between 35 and 59 FPS, so it does feel a little kind of laggy.
I just like the sound of that keyboard. I think it sounds premium for its price.
Oh, definitely, for 55 bucks, Redragon definitely looking good in their like core competencies here.
Even this monitor, the colors are not great,
No,
but the
they're
clarity
really
is
not.
there.
Yeah, it doesn't look like VA, dude. I think the pixel response time is too good to be VA. I like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't feel cheap anymore once I'm gaming. It only feels cheap if I'm like analyzing it, but the clicks are nice, they're balanced, they're not too light, not too heavy. I think the mouse is the highlight for me.
Yeah. Even at its full price, 36 bucks, that's nothing to sneeze at.
Now seems like a good time for us to try the soundbar. Yeah, okay, we're struggling a little bit in this game, but that's just down to the fact that we're using an older GPU. Overall, this setup actually seems pretty decent if we put all modern parts in it. How much did we pay for all this?
It was about $690 for all the Redragon stuff we have today.
Really?
Yep.
All the peripherals, monitor, case, cooler.
It's really competitively priced. I thought it was gonna be just a joke and a teardown of everything, but at the prices that they are, all this Redragon stuff's not so bad, outside of the audio stuff.
The mouse pad actually like feels really good. I actually really like the case too.
I think it feels a little cheap.
Sure,
But for 80
it is
bucks,
cheap.
yeah, for 80 bucks,
Yeah, with
not
2
so bad.
tempered glass panels
Yeah.
and pretty modern features. It's hard for me to say that I would buy them for myself with so many other options available, but it's also worth noting that Redragon seems to mostly focus on continents not called North America. From a quick browse of their product selection in those other markets, it seems like even if riding the Vermilion Worm might not make sense for everything over here, although some things are pretty good, it could be a really great experience somewhere like Brazil or India. Maybe leave a comment down below with your Redragon experience. We're especially curious about any of the categories we didn't feature, like Redragon perfume and cologne, and also what appears to be a moderately successful car detailing product line. What, do they just have you like breathe fire and burn away the dirt? Do they also make descalers for your coffee pot? I'm just winging it at this
That's
point.
what happens when he goes too long without telling anyone about our sponsor.
Microcenter. They've got tons of deals on monitors this March, and you can save big on your next workstation or gaming setup upgrade. Check out this Alienware 32-inch 4K 240Hz monitor for $300 off. And you can save even more by trading in an old GPU that you purchased from Microcenter and get an instant offer on the same day. Plus, they even take your old tech and help recycle it or find it a new home. They have a bunch of locations all over the US, with their Santa Clara store opening soon, where you can get a free 128 gig drive just for creating an account to claim your coupon. Learn more using our links in the video description today. If you guys enjoyed this video, why not check out the All MSI setup? They make even more parts and peripherals than Redragon. And they even have a Redragon as their mascot. They have more Redragons!